What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from A-Connection TV, the network. I'm sure you guys already know that by now. If you don't, what you need to do is subscribe so you can learn how things work for the future. And you need to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at A-Connection TV. Now, beyond all the hokily dokily doke, I had to come on here real quick to talk to you guys about the latest episode of Rivals the Challenge 2, or whatever you want to call it, on MTV. Now, this show is freaking bomb, people. Freaking bomb. And this last episode that I just got finished watching has me like pumped up. You know what I'm saying? It has me like feeling like I could do anything in this world. You know what I'm saying? Because between Marlon and Jordan, these dudes are like the epitome of what's the word I'm looking for? Do not count me out. They're the epitome of, you know, trust and you shall believe in yourself and you shall make happen. Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say, but these rookies are definitely the best rookies in a very long time. Jordan and Marlon have the whole game jacked up and have the whole house going like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, these guys. Because literally, they've been kicking ass every freaking challenge. And Jordan with his one hand has just been the most inspiring dude ever on MTV. Because any regular person, if they were to, not only was he born that way, but if they were to just lose their hand all of a sudden, I think it would probably be different if they just all of a sudden lost their hand, because for however many years they've been born, they've had the hand. But for him to be born without the hand, he, you know, already his mind was made up that way. So, but I'm just saying, like, to go through life like that, his mind is beyond any regular person's comprehension. Like, just plain and simple. Because I mean, if it was my right hand, I would not be able to do something. And I think it's his left, I think. I don't know. But anyways, we start this particular episode off with DM and Anissa, my babies. I love me some Anissa. Anissa is like my straight crush, although she's bisexual, or is she lesbian? I'm not sure. But Anissa's like my female crush. I would do Anissa, and I would want Anissa to do me, and I would just Anissa just gives me like there's something about her attitude, her like I don't know, it's just something about her that I like. And then DM, because she went through the whole cancer thing, I have this like soft spot in the bottom of my heart for her, and I just want her to do well. I want her to be brave in herself and confident in herself and be brave and just keep pushing forward and stop wearing those New York Yankee fits, right? So they're having communication problems, and they're bickering back and forth. DM wants to be like the athlete of the year in MTV world, and Anissa's like, child, I just want to get my drink on. I don't know what you doing, but you need to leave me alone, right? So Anissa goes to tell Frank, one of the queeniest dudes ever at MTV, hey Frank, you know, DM's getting on my nerves. And so Frank, being the queen that he is, decides to go to DM and be like, look, I don't want to be in the middle. Stop your damn lying. Because you want to be in the middle. Because you just put yourself in the middle. Matter of fact, you put yourself in the front to go tell DM about what you just heard from Anissa. Frank is getting on my everlasting nerve. There's something wrong with this dude. And I honestly think it's because he's gay that he really wants to flex his newfound muscular body to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, literally, that gets in his face or comes across him. And it's really annoying. It's not becoming, and it's very unflattering. I just do not understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand. They're doing a Lucha V dance. I don't get it. Why is he going so hard? Like, did he not bust a nut since he's been on this trip? Like, I'm trying to figure out. Because when I don't bust nuts, I get a little crazy in the mind too. And you know, being around all these straight dudes with their little skitties and shit that they be wearing, I I might catch a little case, especially with Ty and Leroy. I might catch a little catch, you know what I'm saying? Because I know they don't float that way. So maybe he's just overcompensating, or trying to compensate by being angry all the goddamn time because he hasn't busted a nut. Either way, I don't know. Anissa and DM have this little conversation. They split away from each other. They don't get it. They're at a stalemate, okay? Agree to disagree, right? Anyways, we get to the challenge at hand. And it's another maze challenge. I'm like, okay, with these damn maze challenges, like the one with the bamboo bullshit. Okay, no problem. No problem, because Ty and Leroy are going to set up the order because they won the last challenge, the trivia challenge. Okay, no problem. So Ty put up Wes and, what's the dude name? Wes and CT against, well, not against, because the guys and the girls had to go at the same time. But it was Wes and CT versus whatever, DM and Anissa. Obviously, Leroy and Ty want to put DM and Anissa in to go first because of the whole DM putting Ty and Leroy up, whatever. They actually do pretty well. CT and Wes and DM and Anissa do pretty well getting their ass through the maze. Now, if you didn't see the episode, they were blindfolded and they had these dog collars that electrocutes your ass attached to them. And I'm thinking to myself, why in the hell would dogs need electrical collars on them? Why? Why are we treating animals this way? For the life of me, because looking at the way they were getting shot, these dudes and girls were like really like in pain. You know what I'm saying? John A and Nani didn't even fucking make it past the first lap, and they were just like I'm like, what are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? John A and Nani were pitiful. Then you have Ty and Leroy go through, fine ass motherfucking black men go through, and Leroy is in so much pain that he can't even get them through the challenge. So they end up going their asses backward instead of going forward. Now the whole premise behind the thing is that if you're going in the right direction, that's when you get shot. So these dudes go backward, and obviously they're not getting shot, but they don't realize that they're not getting shot. Emily and Paula go ahead of them, and they hear the voices behind them, which they should be going forward. And so Ty, my man, in my head, Ty decides to take the reins and lead the crew, lead his boy Leroy going forward. They had a terrible ass time. Preston and Knight versus Camila and Cook. Camila led all three of them bastards through, and they got a good decent time. They did. They got a good decent time. They did. But at the end of the day, Jordan and Marlon did really, really bad in this maze. And they were surprised. Everyone was surprised, but they did really, really bad in this maze. At the end of the day, who ends up winning? Frank and Johnny, and Anissa and DM. So that means that these particular teams cannot be put up for elimination. And this particular round, this night, is a guy's elimination. And so Johnny and Frank are really, really happy that they don't have to be placed into elimination. But this is when the episode decides to finally get hot. Because Frank beating his little pansy ass to the house and wants to start drama. And what I mean by starting drama, and this is from what I see on the show, the episode with the editor showed me. They show us Johnny and Frank campaigning to get Marlon and Jordan put up for elimination. Both are going to the girls, telling the girls that these two should be put up for elimination. Main reason why, not because they're the hottest team as the rookies, but main reason why is because Jordan went back on his word to the other girl. I can't remember her name. Anyways, out of sight, out of mind, right? Went back on his motherfucking word and said it. I'm going against my word. And put up the girls in the last elimination. So they're saying that that's the reason why you should put them up. No, Johnny and Frank, why don't you guys say that you're punks and you're scared of Marlon and Jordan, and that's why you want them to be put up? Just say that. Frank is obviously seen saying this. Him and his partner. Regardless of who said what and who mentioned whose name, both dudes that chilling with these girls trying to campaign. Jordan overhears the whole campaign for Jordan to be put up for president. He overhears it. So, the following morning, he's like, how did your little campaign go? To Frank. Frank wants to catch a case and be like, excuse me? What are you talking about? Ain't nobody campaigning against you. I'm not use a motherfucking lie. Use a lie. Use a lie. Oh, you ain't got the lie, Craig. You ain't got the lie. Because my sister-in-law, baby, because of Tracy she saw you at the club, hiding up on some tramp. Now tell me who she was. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, Frank, come on, bruh. Come on, bro. Regardless of whether or not you specifically said Jordan's name or Jordan's name came out your mouth, you and your partner was campaigning against Marlon and Jordan to be put up. We saw it. So why are you even wasting your breath? Why are you even trying to flex your muscles so hard when we clearly saw? I was so annoyed with Frank because I'm like, Frank, sit your punk ass down. Because you look like a punk. You them same type of punks that be out on the street just starting shit, like them bullies just starting shit for no reason. Trying to overcompensate. For what though? Ain't nobody bothering you, Frank. Ain't nobody saying nothing to you, Frank. Why are you starting all this drama? Starting drama with Zach, starting drama with CT. Like CT would have whooped your CT would have whooped your ass. Why are you starting all this drama? And now you're gonna start drama with one hand? Like, why? Why? Because Marlon and Jordan are whooping ass and they're the rookies. So Jordan calls him out on it. Frank catches the case. Then, of course, because he doesn't have an audience but the cameras, he decides to go out where Anissa is running, by the way. Hey, Anissa. Mwah. He decides to go to the girls, not to the guys. He decides to go to the girls, and he's like, honey, let me tell you what this boy said. I'm like, oh my God, Frank, how old are you, bruh? How old are you? So Emily decides to go to Jordan, and Jordan's being a bitch. Because I'm like, Jordan, why not say what the fuck you mean by campaigning? You know what you mean, Jordan. Come on, I mean the whole world know what you mean. Why you can't just come out and just call a dude on his bull? Just call a dude on his bull and say you're campaigning against me. I mean, we clearly saw it. Whether it's you or your partner, you guys are one. You were both in that room trying to campaign against me and my partner. So like I said, regardless of whether Frank said it or not, because he was like, it did not come out of my mouth. Bullcrap. Regardless, you and your partner was trying to get me and mine put in. Emily confronts Jordan and like, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Jordan's like, nothing. I don't mean anything by it. I'm just saying. Bull. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just so annoyed. I'm so annoyed, right? Long story short, who goes into the elimination with Ty and Leroy, the two sexiest black men in real world history, road rules history? Whatever happened to road rules? Can we get road rules back? Cause road rule be some lame shh. Like seriously. So Marlon and Jordan goes up against Ty and Leroy. First vote against Marlon and Jordan was DM and Anissa. Jordan, don't you feel stupid? Because you saved DM and Anissa last week. And DM gonna throw your ass in. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's crazy. So, long story short, we get to this elimination round where it's the hardest of the hardest challenges because it's brute force against brute force. Now, obviously, you would look at Ty and Leroy and say they got this in the bag, but don't count Marlon out. I mean, Marlon was really ready to fight CT. You know where that came from. And Jordan ain't no pushover. You know what I'm saying? So you can't count them out. Long story short, bam! First round, Jordan and Marlon. Bam! Second round, Ty gets pissed because he's like, these bitches not about to win. So he go through. Bam! Third round, they tussling, they tussling, they tussling, they tussling. And then all of a sudden, the editors say, click, and we don't know who won. Long story short, Marlon and Jordan win. Now, I'm not excited that Ty and Leroy got to go home because there's some fine-ass my fives. So I'm not really excited about that. Mind you, the whole wrestling match between Marlon thought he was slick. Marlon was trying to cop feels on Leroy. I would have did the same shit too. I would have been like, come on, Leroy, let's wrestle. I would have did the same shit too, Marlon. What's going on, Playboy? They sitting there wrestling and shit. Marlon got him some feels before Leroy sent his ass home. But anyways, Marlon and Jordan won. And I thought that this was the best challenge thus far this particular season, in the last couple of seasons of challenge history, because rookies against the best. And the rookies outdid them. Really, it was the best battle because it was real men going hardcore to try to win it, and they really did it. And one hand really came through and pulled it. He pulled, I don't know how he pulled that cord with the bell, but he really pulled that shit through. And I'm like, wow. Frank is mad, Johnny is mad, and now Preston is talking to Jordan, and he's like, well, I don't know what's gonna do now. What you gonna do? Jordan's like, fuck this whole politicking. I'm just gonna play the game, and I'm gonna make sure we win. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, Jordan. That's what I'm talking about, one hand. That's what I'm talking about. Do that, sir. Frank off talking to the girls. Well, honey, I'll make sure I win every goddamn challenge, because I'm gonna let the beast out. Bitch, your kitten has been out all this whole challenge. That kitten needs to go to sleep. For real though. For real though. Frank is rubbing me so badly the wrong way. I don't know, y'all. I love Challenge 2 Rivals 2, and I like this particular episode. This particular episode by far was a reminder that you cannot give up on your goals, your dreams at all, regardless of what you have going on in your life. I mean, Jordan has a nub for a hand, and this dude is catapulting through these motherfuckers. Catapulting. The way he ran that challenge, I was like, what? If that's not inspiration, I don't know what the hell is. I'm Wesley from Elimination TV. Y'all need to go to MTV.com and check out Real Worlds versus Road Rules, whatever. It's called Rivals 2, the challenge. Y'all need to watch the show. It's an awesome show. The drama, great. I'm just wondering what happened between CT and Frank and Johnny. Because at the beginning of the previews, Johnny was getting bum rushed, or about to get bum rushed by CD because he pushed West. I went, where did that part go? Like, come on now. Later.
Questions. Why you asking questions? Only thing you need to be like, bam! Who the hell is she? Who the hell? Ooh! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jim would have got hot. Jim